Okay, so originally I was going to go ahead and have a really fun animation to go along with this update video. However, looking at the time of when I want it posted and all the work I have to do for it, that's clearly not happening. So instead, you get to see my current obsession along with the Bokujo series, which is Cookie Run Kingdom. So I'm going to go ahead and draw my VTuber as a cookie, as well as the cast of Hero of Leaf Valley. But anyway, let's go ahead and get into this. It's time for an update. First things first, let's get this out of the way. Hi everyone, I'm Valerie. I am a cow VTuber who debuted my model back in October, but I've been streaming and making content on and off the past few years. Last year, I intended to really commit to streaming and making videos. Unfortunately, my mother's health had rapidly declined in November until she passed away this January. My emotions and mental fortitude have been up and down since then. I have moments when I'm really not great and other days when I'm perfectly fine. That's how grief works. It's always there. There's no escaping it. This is a feeling that will follow me for years, and I'll need to learn to grow around it. I used to say I would be prepared and ready for when my mom's disease would take her, but boy did it hit me like a truck when it happened. But enough about that, because I'm tearing up just writing the script. I'm sure I cried when I spoke about it. What I want to talk about is the future of this channel. I mentioned this in an upcoming Sunshine Islands video, but I'm going to be doing these videos and even streaming in a slightly different manner. You see, when I first started doing all this, I started doing it because it was fun. I wanted to share how much fun Hero of Leaf Valley was, and I grew over to other games that I wanted to show that were fun for me, and I thought would be fun for you guys. They were niche games that maybe others wouldn't have really tried for various reasons. It didn't matter to me because I remember having fun with them. That's all that mattered. But then something changed. It was like a light had shut off somewhere. When that happened, every time I didn't stream or every time I didn't make videos to post made me feel miserable. It made me feel like a failure even though I was only reaching a handful of people or even one. I would then spiral in this feeling. It definitely became worse because of my depression, but there wasn't anything I could do about it. It felt like I couldn't do anything about it. And as sad as it is that I realized this after my mom's passing, it did help me realize something. I had completely forgotten what it was like to play games for fun and for me. For Christmas, my brother got me a PS5 and we played The Forest. It was fun, it was frustrating, but I enjoyed playing this game with my brother. When we beat it, we moved on to play Grounded, and I had a blast doing that one. When we were done with that, I started playing the first Story Seasons game, not for a video, not for a stream, but for fun. It all snowballed from there, but in a good way. I started to remember why I started to make videos and stream in the first place. I remembered that this was meant to be a hobby and nothing more. Something I would do in my spare time if I had spare time. When did it start to feel like a job? Why would I want it to be a job? I have a full-time job already. This isn't a secret. I've said it before. I go into the office, work for 8 hours, and then I go home. I do this for 5 days a week. Why would I want a second job? How did I let this spiral into such a big mess that I stopped having fun with it? After this realization, I spoke to some friends both online and in person. I talked at length about this and how I was feeling. They all understood and were supportive of me with whatever path I decided to go with. One was even experiencing it himself and provided a lot of nice insights on this situation. There were only two options: stop altogether or come back with a new mindset. For a while, I thought I would actually stay away from doing this. Just quit streaming and go back to playing video games for fun again. But then I started to draw my VTuber more often. Nothing serious or worthwhile, just silly little drawings for potential shorts or just minimalistic doodles. And I thought about how much of my time would go to waste if I stopped literally a little more than a month after debuting her. It wouldn't have been a waste of my time and effort too from making her and drawing her and making sure all these assets were ready, but a waste of time and effort from the rigger as well. Mooney did such an amazing job and he handled her with care. It felt so disappointing and sad I would let both our efforts go to waste like that. So, I will be coming back with a different mindset. If I'm not having fun making videos, I'll stop. I'll stop until I'm ready to come back and can start making the videos again. This goes the same for streaming. If it's not fun, I'm not going to do it. It's going to be that simple. My Sunshine Islands videos are going to continue, and I'll also start uploading the My Time at Portilla videos, which will have a very obvious quality difference. Like, I think I recorded some of these 2 years ago and I don't intend on remaking them. Some of the stuff was a little frustrating to do and I don't want to go back to it. I make the rules and enforce them. What does this mean for my streams? Well, for some of the games, I'm going to be starting over. These are for games that have a plot where if you take even a few days off from it, you'll absolutely forget what you're doing. These are games like Persona or anything similar to it. I feel like it'd be easier this way so that even I don't have to look back at my old footage. I don't mind doing this, of course. I work smarter, not harder. I also want to give a heads up on my VTuber. Currently, this is what her design is, but I'm actively working on redesigning her. There's just a few things I want to change that I feel would look like a better design overall. I'm even actively looking for artists who can best do it, so you might see me go back and forth between her old design and new design because I can. Additionally, I'm also working on a game. I mentioned a few times on and off, but my good friend Jose is making a cozy farming game called The Town Where We Met. By the time this update video is posted, I'm hoping that he'll have the game page up on itch.io. If it is, I'll be sure to put the link in the description. But I've joined his team as a writer, and we've been going back and forth with ideas for the characters and the stories since early this year. I often say how I have ideas for the Bokujo games, but I'm clearly not part of their team. I am, however, part of Jose's team, and I'm looking forward to lending a hand to bring this game to life. That's all I got in terms of an update for everyone. I'm going to start streaming in June, and videos will be posted come July. That way I can continue to come up with a queue until it's no longer fun. Well, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!